So now I'm really diving into things that make me think, okay, if you're planning to leave and not go back, you should really think of this stuff now before you leave. So if you're applying for citizenship in another country, you're typically going to need your birth certificate. If it's through ancestry, you're going to need the birth certificates and probably marriage certificates of anybody else involved to prove that connection. All of those documents are going to need a special authentication, which allows them to be officially recognized outside of the country where they're issued, so that another country will accept them as legit. Then in a lot of cases, they're also going to want a background check from the country you're coming from, which in the US means that you have to be fingerprinted and send your fingerprints to the FBI. In other countries, fingerprinting doesn't really happen unless you're a criminal, so it's really difficult to find a way to have fingerprints done properly in a way that would be accepted if you've already left the country. What I would recommend doing, doesn't matter if it's years off, I would go ahead and order everything now, get it all authenticated, and have your fingerprints taken before you leave the country, and then you could mail them off to have the background check done whenever. But now that I'm looking into ordering vital records, I realized that in some places they want your driver's license in order to order records online. And it's a lot easier to order online. And they also say that they will only send them to an address in the US. So depending on where you're ordering from, you might be in a situation like that. Another issue I ran into was trying to order a marriage certificate, and apparently it's just not possible right now. It's something that the court handles, and you have to just wait until the government reopens. So you're just stuck in limbo in that case. So yeah, honestly, for me, my priority right now is to get all the documents, have them all apostilled, have the background check apostilled, have everything I can possibly get as soon as possible, and have it safely stored someplace outside the country. Because obviously, after collecting all that stuff, you don't want to be in a situation where you have to flee and you're not gonna be able to get where you're going with paper documents. That said, I know this is something that costs a lot of extra money, so if you're in a position where you barely have enough money to get a passport and a flight, I would definitely prioritize just leaving as soon as possible.